fantastic. Enough to start a civil war. Be very careful. More than enough. Do we have any Americans in the crowd tonight by any chance? We got some Americans? We got some... What's your name? What's that? Talin? What's your last name? Annihilated? Chameleon? Anilian? Anilian! عملتي لي حالك على الأمريكانية طلعت من برج حمو. Anilian. What's your name? Talin Anilian, you know. Like Kardashian. No. It's Kardashian. We know the truth. You cannot tell us. I meant American, not I got the passport to run from the war American. American. Do we have any Americans in the house tonight? Anyone? Any Todds and Larrys and Jennifer and over there? Hello. Hi. You can sit. I see you. High five. What's your name? Melanie. Melanie. What's your last name, Melanie?
My maiden name is Carol.
Carol. Melanie Carol. 2 first names. She's the devil. Don't trust her. Don't trust her. Oh, you married a Lebanese man? I'm so sorry for your loss, but welcome to the show. I grew up in San Diego, right? But when I was 10 years old, my family, we came back to Lebanon. And let me say this, growing up in America as a kid is the greatest place to grow up in the world. There is no better place to grow up in the world because you can do anything you want as a kid in America. You can do anything. You can play Nintendo. That's all I did. But you can do anything you want. Like for real, even to this day, we know this. We don't have electricity 24 hours a day in Lebanon. So imagine back in 1993, little NEMR. I'm 10 years old. I just came back from America. I'm playing Super Mario Brothers. I'm winning because I'm American. I'm the greatest. That's my attitude. I'm in the dangerous part. You guys remember the dangerous part of Super Mario? You go down the pipe. You go up the pipe. I'm running. I get to the stairs. I jump off the flag. It cuts. You're like, there's a rage. You're like, no. You see, a lot of people blow up in the Middle East, and this is why. There's a different existence if you grow up in Lebanon. It's culture shock is an understatement. Let me explain it to you. Like here in America, you guys don't even know. You get gas pumped to your homes here. In Lebanon, we hook up the gas in our homes ourselves. What we do is we get these trucks. They're not really trucks. They're more of an intention of a truck. And we pack this vehicle with lots of highly pressurized gas canisters, and we wish for the best. Really, we put our hope in God. That's what we do. And we send this weapon of mass destruction through the villages with a megaphone announcing its presence. And when we hear it, we send our kids to go get the gas. Because if you're an Arab, 95% of the motivation for you to have children is free employees. It's really free employees. Don't pay dental, no social security. You send the child. The child then grabs the gas, and we hook the gas ourselves. We get a tube, we connect it to the gas, we wrench it in. But here's what the Lebanese people do that's so gangster. To test if we've connected it correctly, we get a match, we light we light a flame of fire, we put it to the connection. My mom was like, if it explodes, you didn't do it correctly. I'm like, thank you, Mom. This is fantastic. It's amazing. It's a different place. And if you grow up with Arab parents, it's bad enough. But if you grow up with Arab parents in the Middle East, it's a disaster. You have no childhood. It's over. If American parents want to tell their kid no, and Arab parents want to tell their kid no, the way they say no differs greatly between the two cultures. If you have Arab parents and they want to say no, they're going to make you feel like all of the problems of the world are because of you. Everything wrong in everyone's life is your fault. They will make you feel so bad that you will never ask for anything again. Like all of the problems of the family are because of you, the financial problems, your aunt who can't get pregnant. Everything, they'll bring in regional conflicts from other areas, wars because of you, so that you never ask for anything again. Let me give you an example. If you're American and you want a bicycle, you go up to your parents, Mom, Dad, can I get a bicycle? No, Jeremy, you may not get a bicycle. Why? Because you snatched the apple from Amy's hand without asking, may I have the apple? Time out. First of all, as an Arab, there's no such thing as time. It's immediate blackout. Immediately, it happens. You wake up like 3 hours later, you have a bruise. You're like, I must have done something to deserve this, because my parents are just and honest. They would never do this if I didn't deserve it. You ask the same question to Arab parents, can I have a bicycle? It varies greatly. It's like, Dad, could I get a bicycle? The situation in Syria right now, very volatile. They always give you hope. If you don't die in 2 weeks, maybe we can buy you a bicycle. But if you die, we will have thrown away the money which we need for your funeral, because funerals are very expensive. Yes. So now what happens? You're dead. We have good funeral. Then we come, let's eat. We open the fridge. There is no food. Why is there no food? Because you want to ride on the bicycle. It's okay. I will go work. I turn on the top. There is no gas. Why is there no gas? Why? It's okay, leave me alone. Why is there no gas? Because you want to ride on the bicycle. Now we are hungry. It's okay. Now we are hungry because you want to ride on the bicycle. And they're never satisfied. Arab parents never said, they're like Asian parents on steroids. There's nothing. If you have Asian parents, you get good grades, you're good. Your Arab parents, nothing you do is good enough. Nothing. You could win the gold medal in the Olympics. Why? Why did you not win the diamond? Like that. There is no diamond. Really? No diamond? No diamond. Oh, that's only really. No diamond. Okay. No diamond. No, it's okay. It's okay. No diamond. So you're saying your father is a liar? You're saying, no, it's okay. You're saying your father is a liar. You're saying your father. When I told my dad I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, he wasn't very enthused at the suggestion. I was like, Dad, I've decided I'm gonna leave the family business to be a stand-up comedian. He's like, oh, you want to become a clown? I was like, no, Dad, stand-up comedian. Oh, you're going to stand up and be a clown. Great. No, I'm like, no, Dad. He's like, no, really. He called my mom. Yeah, come say hi to your son, the clown, come. She was like, he's your son too? He's like, I don't have a son. He's died. You don't understand the dedication. For like 8 years, he bought a horn every time I would come to the house. Everybody! Everybody! The clown is here. Open the door for his big show. Everybody! Until last year, I made it on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. He's like, this is my son, the comedian. I always told him, follow your dreams. And he can't even pronounce it correctly. He's like, and now he's on the cover of Throwing Stones. I'm like, Dad, that's the ISIS magazine. That's a different publication, Father. I want people to come to where I grew up and experience the glory of the Lebanese father. They'll have the same phone for like 15 years. They're proud. You get a new phone, look at you, I have this phone for 15 years. 15 years, look how good it is. Hello? Hello? Charge it, it's dead, the battery. Never forgot, I got my dad an iPhone a few years ago. Got him an iPhone for his birthday, I was so excited. I give him the phone, he looks at it, he's like, you got me a mirror? No, Dad, it's a phone. Really? Really? No, but what do I shout at it? What do I do? Like, no, Dad, it's a touch phone. You touch the phone. He's like, he throws the phone. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, 33 years. I touched no one but your mother. Now you want me? Like, Dad, it's a touch. I show him how to use it. He was so amazed. He's like, these Americans. It's made in China, but sure, okay, what? I teach him how to use the phone. We go through the ritual, which I think is universal, where you have to help your parents choose the ringtone. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours on average. Cycle through oh no, go back. No, this one was good. Oof, this is nice. Oof, here, do you remember this song? This was, can we put it on CD? I like this, put in the car. Until we finally decide on the default ringtone that comes with the iPhone. But it's okay. I won't have to do this for another 30, 40 years. It's fine. He's my dad. What's important is he's happy. I leave the house, I get in my car, I'm driving away. I'm like, you know what, I want to call my dad. First phone call. So I pick up the phone, I call him, it rings, no answer. As an Arab, if you call a loved one and they don't answer, they're dead. This is what it means. It's not our fault, it's our mom's. They overreact. Let me call my son. He was such a good boy. Start wearing black. You come back home, hello, mama. I will kill you. But I was like, NEMR, push down the Arab side, bring up the American. Relax, you got this. I waited like 10 minutes, called him again. He didn't answer. Now he's dead. There's no way. That's it. There's no possible reaction. No other. So I start driving back to my dad's house, calling constantly, ringing. In my mind, I'm like, what do I do? My mom wasn't in the country. I was like, do I tell mom dad's dead? I get to my dad's house. I get in front of the door and I'm like, NEMR, every guy has to go through this. Be a man, you'll mourn later. I put in the key, took a deep breath. I opened the door and I saw my dad standing in the hallway, just sweating from head to toe, holding the phone. I'm like, Dad, why aren't you answering? He's like, what is this piece of dead? Like, what's wrong? He's like, it tells me slide to answer. I'm doing this and this and this. What am I, Michael Jackson? Just lost it. I want people to experience the reality of our existence over there. Did you know that in Lebanon you have to learn Arabic, English, and French? Don't cheer it, it's horrible. It's atrocious. When I first went to Lebanon, I was like, what, 10 years old? Get there to learn French. We had this teacher, I'll never forget her. Her name was Miss Josephine. Miss Josephine. And Miss Josephine believed that the best way to teach somebody a language was to speak only that language. And then magically, like the Matrix, we would suddenly communicate. So like 3 weeks into the class, I forgot her name, so I didn't know how to raise my hand and ask, what's your name in French? Miss, comment tu t'appelles? I didn't know how to ask it. So I look around and this kid raises his hand. He's like, Miss, j'ai fini. And she goes over. I was like, j'ai fini? Josephine. J'ai fini means I'm finished. But it sounded like Josephine. So I raised my hand. I was like, Miss, j'ai fini. And she comes over. I'm like, hey, questionos. Cuatro Cinco says, je ne understandez les questionos. And she's like, and she walks away, and I'm like, what's wrong with Miss Fini? This is so mean. So the next day, I'm paying attention. I'm like, maybe her name isn't Miss Fini, right? I'm paying attention. And a kid raises his hand, he's like, Miss Fini. She goes over. I'm like, clearly there's a connection. So I raise my hand, I'm like, Miss Fini? And she comes over, I'm like, okay. I'm like, questionos, 21A, Shinandre. She's like, ah! She walks away, I'm like, what's wrong with Miss Fini? So I turn around to my best friend. He's still my best friend. We've been best friends 22 years. You all have this best friend. He's the best person in your life. And he's also the biggest asshole that you know. That's my friend George. I turn around to George. I'm like, George, is her name not Miss Fini? He's like, no, it is. It is. You're just saying it wrong. I was like, I'm saying it wrong. He's like, yes, you have to say Miss Fini. What? Nobody's saying it that way. He's like, never, you see, because you're new. In the French culture, if you're new means nouvelle. If you're new, you have to put an emphasis whenever there's a letter N. And then over time, when you become friends, you can drop the emphasis, thus signifying that you are now on friendly terms. I was like, what a fascinating culture these French people have. This is amazing. And I felt bad. I've been brought up right. I don't disrespect. So I raised my hand. I wanted to make up for the disrespect. So I was like, Monsieur Fini. And immediately, two things told me. There were two red flags. First, her body language was highly aggressive. And second, George was like, These two things told me something was amiss. She walks right up to me. I didn't even get a chance to ask her about Questionos 19A. She walks right up to me, and I'm like, Monsieur, she slaps me through my soul. Like it was, if this was a Japanese cartoon, she would have had a name. Watashi wa Jeffini Takeda. It would have been amazing. I had this first experience, I was like, child abuse. Everyone's like, what the hell, what? I'm like, child, call 911. Somebody call plus 961 19, whatever, just call him. And she looks at me, she's like, sortez dehors, which means get out the door. But I was like, sortez dehors, I don't want to go out with a whore. What kind of punishment is this? So she slaps me again, pulls me out of the class. My principal comes, she looks at me, she's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, are you the whore? Because this is not a... So he slaps me again. Makes me sit in the corner on my knees, makes me kneel in the corner, and then calls my parents, which on the scale of terrible things you can do as an Arab is like way up there. Like literally, if you were to rank and file it, it would be like, don't eat your mom's cooking, throw back the slipper at your mom, don't do your homework, bring your parents up to school. That's like the worst thing in the world. My parents come up, my own dad forgets that I don't speak Arabic. Starts shouting at me in Arabic. It was terrifying. My mom, she grew up in England, so she's not psychotic. She comes in, Why did you? She's crying. I'm like, why are you crying? How could you do this? I'm like, what are we, refugees? Want me to relax? Why did you call her Miss Shifini? I'm like, 'cause it's her name. It's her name. I called her by her name to get her attention. She's like, it's not Shifini, NEMR, it's Josephine. I'm like, Shifini, Josephine, it's the same thing. Does anybody get my name right? Never, they never. Is it NEMR, NAMRA, NEMR, NAMR, NEMR? I don't get to hit them. I make an approximation, I go for it. But now I'm back here, which is weird. Coming back to America as an adult, if you've lived in the Middle East, is the weirdest ever. Did you know that in America you have to stop at a red light? Did you know this? This is insane. We all know in Lebanon it's purely optional. It's a suggestion. It's there in case you need it. Maybe you've had a bit too much to drink. Follow the light. In Lebanon, it's like you've been through 18, 19 wars. You can make this decision for yourself. It's a suggestion. If you're looking for guidance, it's like the lines that separate the lanes. I always thought here in Lebanon that they were a guide. Like you keep the line in the middle of your car so that you always have guidance. It's like the Lord. But I understand there's a lot more cars in America. I get it. I get it. You need traffic lights, fine. But lights for people to cross, you need a light as a human being to tell you when you can cross the road? Because isn't indication enough that now isn't the most opportune? You should remove the lights, and if somebody gets killed trying to cross the road, good. Natural selection, we need to speed this up. Like a month ago, I was in Venice, I got a ticket for crossing the road on foot. I wasn't even in a car. I mean, is that legal? I crossed the road and I hear a police officer from behind me just go, he's like, sir, how dare you, sir? Come back here, sir. Not on my town, not on my watch. I thought it was one of my friends. I was like, no. Excuse me, officer, is there a problem? He walks up to me, he gets all like Clint Eastwood gangster. He's like, you were breaking the law, sir. You were breaking the law. I was like, excuse me? He's like, you were jaywalking, sir. You crossed the road before you were indicated to do so. I was like, there were no cars. That was my indication. And I took it. And then I had my beard out and he started racially profiling me. Like he looked at me from top to bottom. Like he was like, you don't even look like you're from around here, sir. Where are you from? Jersey? I got all patriotic. I was like, no, sir, I'm from Lebanon. Yeah. He's like, turned out to be Lebanese. Wait, I have something for my mother in Ain Mreisi. Maybe you will give her. And do you know what the most difficult thing to be in America is, hands down, as an Arab? Christian. Nothing confuses an American more than an Arab who isn't a Muslim. It makes no sense. Like, for real, last Christmas, I gave you my heart. Last Christmas was my first Christmas away from my family. So I wanted to get a Christmas tree, make some Christmas spirit. So I knock on my neighbor's door. I'm like, yo, where can I get a Christmas tree from? He's like, why do you want to get a Christmas tree? I was like, oh, I have these. So I bought these lights and we put them, we decorate. Did things change since I left San Diego? He's like, no, but aren't you from Islam? I was like, am I from Islam? Yes, actually, I flew in yesterday from Islam via Heathrow. There's a 10-hour time difference between here and Islam, just so you... It's like, bro, I'm a Christian. He's like, Christian? I thought you were an Arab. I'm like, I know there's actually Christians in the Middle East. He's like, for real? I was like, yeah. He's like, damn. I was like, yeah, man, actually, there's a very famous Christian from the Middle East. I don't know if you've ever heard of, maybe, yeah, Jesus, if you've ever heard of him. There's a movie. The book is way better, but there's a movie. Seriously, the way you guys draw Jesus is so inaccurate. He looks like Luke Skywalker. He's like blonde, blue eyes, white skin. This is Palestine circa 2,000 years ago. Do you know how hot it is over there? If he had white skin, there would be no miracles. He'd be like, today we will tell everyone nothing, and he'd just walk. You need SPF Jesus Christ just to be able to walk out. The first miracle would be air conditioning. It's not gonna happen. And romance in America, dead. The music, romantic music on the radio is terrible. We get it here too. What you gonna do with that big fat butt? Whoa, you can't tell a girl she has a fat butt. Are you insane? You could get killed if this was Lebanon. Sultan bint click click and you're done. And Chris Brown is so confused. You heard that song, these hoes ain't loyal. They're hoes. What is this, a public service announcement? Ask any Lebanese mother, she would have told you who's a hoe. She's a hoe, her mother's a hoe, her father a bit of a hoe. Lebanese moms don't even have Facebook, they have Hobook. Come, let me show you. She was a hoe in university, and then you know. I'm romantic. I'm not married. Why are we? Thank you for applauding my loneliness. This is fantastic. I'm not married, which as an Arab at 32 basically means I've done nothing. There's nothing, I've achieved nothing. I'm purposeless, there's nothing. It becomes the asterisk to every single thing that your parents say about you. How is your son? Oh, he's good. He's on a world tour, changing, perception of, not married, but really, why isn't he married? Are we skipping the world tour? You can do anything, it doesn't matter. You could be a spaceman in space. You know that guy that they sent up to space as a twin to see the effects of even that wouldn't be enough. How is your son? Oh, he went to space to see the effects on the body of space. Longest time in space, still not married, but why isn't he married? Was there nobody in space that he liked? I'm not married. Marriage is scary. Stop cheering, you asshole. This is hard. I want love. Look, I'm wearing a suit. I am ready. That wasn't like, that's it. Group proposal. Will you all, thank you, sir. Thank you. Marriage is scary, man. It's for life. Look how depressed half of you just got. This guy over here was like, he just realized it's for life. And you know what blows my mind? People who say they want to wait until after marriage to have sex. Are you an idiot? Sex is the most important thing in a relationship, hands down. What's the point? Thank you, horny people. What's the point? Oh man, Lebanon, I love you, man. You guys are the best. What is the point? What is the point of falling in love? And then you sleep together and what do you do with this? I like to have sex first. And if the sex is great, then we have a foundation that we can build the relation. I try to have sex as soon as possible. Women, what I'm trying to say is if a man you're dating is pressuring you into sex, really, he's looking for a long-term commitment. I want you to know this. Sir, please don't laugh, just nod as if what I said was the truth. I'm trying to help you. Help me help you. Work as a team together. We can do this. We're filming this. We can do it. We can change. 95% of the time, if the sex is bad, it's the guy. Because the women, as long as the woman is there, really it's an achievement to begin with. To be able to get a woman to accept, to allow our kind in her presence is pretty damn good. Women are beautiful. Women, first of all, are beautiful as women, but during sex, they're magnificent. The noises. Beautiful. What do we have? We have nothing. We are not sensual. We don't like that. Who? Why did you hit? What are you doing? We're sweating. That's why we love doggy style. We don't want you to see what's happening to you. Look and imagine another Brad Pitt. We're just sweating all over you and we're just hiding the sweats. And if one of the sweats permeates the field, we hide the evidence. You like that? We're hiding the evidence. That's what we're doing. We're hiding the evidence. You gotta know what you're getting into. It's for life. What if the sex is great? All right, what if the sex is great? But what if they're not loyal? What if they cheat? I've been cheated on. And anybody who's been cheated on will tell you it is the worst feeling in the world. But you shouldn't feel, really? Woo! Yeah! The worst, these hoes ain't loyal, sir. Woman or man, getting cheated on is the worst feeling in the world. But you shouldn't feel bad for me because I was cheated on in such a magnificent way that I hope all of you get cheated on in the same way so you can experience, like in a beautiful way. I'll tell you the story. Very unique, could only happen to a guy like me. You'll understand when I finish. I was going out with this girl. We've been dating for like 3 or 4 months. This is the most confusing. This guy likes 3 or 4 months. 3 or 4 months, my favorite duration. We were dating for like 3 or 4 months. And I started to say, shit, this might be the one, right? You start to get a feeling. 3 or 4 months is just on the cusp of you starting to really feel it. And then she started switching stories. Anybody who's been cheated on will tell you the significant other will start saying things and forgetting what they said, right? And that's what started happening with her. And here's the thing, deep inside, I'm a woman. I know when something is wrong, I have intuition. And let me tell you, any woman here will tell you when a woman knows, right? Thank you, sisters. This is what I'm talking about. I felt it inside here. So I called her, I was like, listen, we had a good run. Maybe we should just go our separate ways. Because it was on the cusp. I felt I could do it at that moment. And she was like, what? Why? Are you crazy? What did I do? And I thought to myself, like, she didn't really do anything. She's like, were you cheated on before? Do you have insecurities? Why are you hurting me? I felt terrible. So I even apologized, bought her flowers, everything. A few days later, when a woman knows, I knew. So I called her, woman's conviction. I was like, listen, it's over. I'm not even discussing it. You're changing stories. Bye. Close the phone. Yeah. She comes over to my house at like 3 a.m. She's crying. How could you do this to me? I love you. I love you. First time she said, I love you. I love you. I think you're the one. It was bullshit. I was like, I felt terrible. But at the time, I was like, oh my God, she came to my house. She said, I love you. I felt terrible. So we had great sex. And then I took her home, right? Because this is Lebanon. If she sleeps over, she's a hoe, her mother's a hoe, her father, right? Now, the reason I'm telling you this part is because it's imperative to the rest of the story. I drop her off home. By the time I get back, it's like 5 a.m, 5:30. I go to sleep. I had a show that day. I wake up at like 6 in the afternoon, and I have a show in Uruguay Street. So I get in my car. I drive to Uruguay Street. I call her on the road to tell her that I got a show. She doesn't answer. No problem. She's probably still asleep. I get in the car. This is my stupid male. So I get in the car. I get to Uruguay Street. I'm walking. My show is at the top of the street. I'm walking up the street. This dude shouts out. He's like, NEMR, runs out. He's like, hey man, I love your shows. I'm like, thank you. He's like, can I get a picture? I was like, sure. He's like, let me call my girl to come take the picture. It's the girl, the girl. When a woman knows, a woman knows. A woman knows. And I knew. So I was like, but I didn't do anything because when I'm emotional, I don't make decisions. That's my thing, right? That's my thing. I'm so happy that the women are clapping because this is definitely something you all do. So I took the picture and I just walked up. Right? Yeah. But I was hurt. I'll be honest. It hurt, man. I get to and then I go and I had a show. I had to get right on stage. But here's the cool thing about my life. I can take something bad and talk about it, and then when you guys laugh, it doesn't become a problem, it becomes my joke. Like, I can make money. Like 5% of your ticket was because she was a slut. Isn't that amazing? It really is therapeutic in a very twisted but magnificent way. So I talk about it on stage. We all laugh together. I get off stage and I was like, you know what? I don't feel so bad. I was like, I can, this is fine. I felt good. Then I checked my phone and there was a text. And the text had very few words. And the words were, why are you stalking me? And the emotion just went, and I was like, I called her immediately. It's like, why am I stalking you? What do you mean, why am I stalking you? She's like, you just happened to be walking in Uruguay Street and have a show? I was like, no, you caught me. I made up a whole show and filled it up as a joke. She's like, you know what? It's not beyond you. You would do something like that. I'm like, what do you mean I would do something like that? And I was like, wait, why is this about me? This is not, no. I was like, listen, you know what? Forget about it. We can go, let's just go our separate ways. I don't know hard feelings. I'm not gonna tell anyone your name was Sarah. We're gonna go our separate ways. I'm not gonna tell them it's Sarah with an A, not an H. We're gonna go our separate ways, and that'll be that. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I mean, it's good, it's over. We'll go our separate, you can go. She's like, but I still want to see you. You have a man. She's like, that doesn't mean I can't see you. I'm like, that's exactly what it means when you have a man. She's like, just so you know, he's not just some man, he's my fiance. I was like, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a whore, but apparently you're a saint. It's dangerous there, man. She was engaged. And she was screwing around. But you know what? What if the sex is great? What if the loyalty is there? What if you have kids and they're ugly? What do you do? For like 18 years, you have to look at them every day and be reminded that you are a failure genetically. You could be the owner of the world, but you still look like ass, and this thing will remind you periodically for the rest of your life. How many times have your friends come up to you with a baby? Isn't he? Look at how, look at, isn't he the most beautiful? And then you take it up, and then you have to lie. I've never seen a more beautiful, like their pictures. They call you, did you see the Snapchat? Go see how beautiful. Some of you aren't laughing, those are your kids. For the people. What? I've never been in this experience. And then you know what? Let's say you have it all. Let's say you got the marriage, the sex is great, the loyalty's there, the kids are great, you love them enough, you can see past how ugly they are, everything's good. Where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? Think about it. The world we live in today is very, very different. We know more than anyone, as Lebanese people, we live in multiple places. That's what we do. And we know something that not a lot of other people know. Living in more than one place basically means you have something called perspective. You can only get it when you live in more than one place. I'm gonna give you an example. A few weeks ago, when I was in Los Angeles, I drove down to San Diego to see my little cousin, about 10 years old. He's playing soccer, football. I went to see his game. I'm excited. So I walk in, I'm like, hey, what's the score? And the coach jumps out. He's like, excuse me, sir, we don't keep score here. Over here, we have fun. I was like, I'm so sorry. Which team is having more fun than the other team? That's what I'm trying to find out. He got angry. He's like, sir, first of all, I don't appreciate you coming into our own little personal space here and making a mockery out of something we take very seriously. I was like, okay. I thought you were joking. I'm like, why don't you keep score? He's like, because keeping score can put undue pressure on the young child, which could result in post-traumatic stress disorder. I was like, sir, let me tell you a story about my childhood. I was having hernia surgery once in a hospital in Lebanon, and I awoke from the surgery because a plane dropped a bomb outside of the hospital and the windows exploded. Do you know what I had as a result? He's like, no, what? Dessert, sir. We had desserts, chocolate pudding. And I was eating it. I couldn't even eat it. My father, stop eating. You're getting heavy. We might have to run. I had to eat it. When I was 14 years old, in my school, a man walked in at 8 in the morning while we were lining up to go into school with a shotgun, a Jiffet, walked in looking for the principal because the principal the day before had slapped his daughter. So he walks in and he screamed while we're lining up at 8 in the morning, where is Talal? Where is he? Did we run? Did we? No, he's over there. He's over there. Over. Here, I'll take you, come. Over. He walks up to Talal, puts the gun to his head, makes him kneel, looks and says, if you ever hit my daughter again, I will kill you, do you understand? So I was like, yes. Okay. And he walked away because they had an agreement. I even knew the guy. He's walking, he's like, say hi to your father, and kept going. He's a gentleman. And then I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, this guy, he did this. He's like, why did he bring a gun? I'm like, because he hit his daughter. And he's like, well, you should never hit a girl. And that was it. We proceeded as normal. We didn't have a psychologist come to the school. How did it make you feel? Do you want a safe space? Do you want a space where you can exist? Say, this is the Middle East. There is no safe space anywhere. There's no such thing. We didn't close the schools. Life just went on. That's when I realized at that moment, if I have kids, I can't raise them in America. I have to raise them here in the Middle East so they can be warriors. Do you have any idea how ridiculous what I just said was? Let me rephrase. I just said, if I have a kid, I want to bring him or her up under the threat of death so they could be better at life. And you're like, wow! You guys are excited. This is the thing when people wonder why Arabs are crazy. Look at us. We're excited. Even women were clapping. I will shoot my kid every day to teach him. Think about it. Put two Arab people together. Give them 10 minutes. It's going to end up being about whose father beat them harder. My father used to hit me with the branch of the tree. My father used to hit me with the tree. It's just a violent. Watch, how many people here were beaten by their parents growing up? How many people? That's how, the only people in the world that give an enthusiastic response to how many people were beaten growing up are us. I learned the hard way never to do that joke in front of an all-white audience. I remember I was like, who here was beaten up growing up by their parents? Oh my God, I was 4 years old when my father, oh my God. His friends grouped around him, hold hands, everybody hold hands. It's okay. It's okay, Jeremy, let it out, it's healthy. Hold hands, hold. My father shouted at me in front of everybody. And he said, it's like, and? What do you mean, and? Like, he didn't like hit you, throw you off the balcony, tell you you weren't his, try to give you to the neighbors, say he was taking you in as a favor? None of that? It's like, no, what are you, an animal? I'm like, no, I'm Lebanese. We've been over this. Pay attention. I can't wait to have kids of my own so I can pass down what my dad taught me. I'll do that. My dad was a genius with the way he would use the belt. That was his weapon, the belt. How many people, anybody had the belts? Do we have any belt people here? We got a few? Look at that, enthusiastic replies. Sir, you had the belt? You had the belt, look at him, he looks great. You look fantastic. His father beat fashion into him. Listen, here. This is how my father was better than your father, though. But you should be proud. Your dad did a great job. My dad was a genius. He wouldn't get the. My dad would make me go get the belt. That's where the genius lied. Go get the belt. No, Papa, please get me the belt, or I will kick your ass. Okay, which is very confusing because that's how you're gonna get your ass kicked. And I go get the belt. And I'd give it to him. He's like, go get me the brown one. And I'd be like, you son of a bitch. I'd have to go get a different color. Come back. Then when your parents beat you, when your dad's beating you, the way he talks changes. Becomes one word per hit. How many times did I? Which is good, because halfway through you're like, he's almost done. You start to feel good. I'm a survivor. You start to feel good. And at that moment, when you start to feel hope, that's when your mother decides to defend you from outside the door. Stop it, Joseph! Stop it! Stop it, DM! Stop it! It's because of you! I must... Like, could we have this conversation later, please? He was almost done. Don't talk to your mother like that. I will... Never ends. Never ends. But here's the thing. We're right, and so is the American. That's the thing. The world we exist in today is a totally different world. They're right, we're right, perspective. We have something that they don't have, that nobody else in the world has, Lebanese people specifically, more than any other race on the planet. And you know what that is? It's called adaptability. Anywhere you take it, that's so true. Because we're warriors and we're survivors. Anywhere you put a Lebanese person, he will win, she will win. Anywhere we go, we adapt. Listen to the word though. We don't integrate. We adapt. And usually that's by combining ourselves into big numbers and changing where we are to be like the daya we left. Because the village needs to proliferate. For instance, take Michigan. Here's the thing. In Michigan, there are so many Arabs, the restaurants, everything is written in Arabic. Supermarket Lebanon, all of it in Arabic. But this is the sign of true adaptation. There was a strip club in Michigan. And on the window of the strip club, in Arabic, in neon lights, they had written halal. In case you wanted to go to the strip club, but you didn't want to go to hell. I think that's fantastic. Where do you live? If you're Muslim, where do you live? Today, if you're Muslim, it's a very different world than even 15, 20 years ago. When Donald Trump goes up in America and says something like the majority of Muslims hate America, and a lot of people agree, that's not, you can't dismiss that as racism. You have to address it for what it is. It's a problem. And I'm an Arab. When somebody talks like that, right, for real, when somebody talks about someone as Muslim, meaning Arab, those are my brothers and sisters. And there's a problem there, 100%. And I say to myself, NEMR, how are you going to help your Muslim brothers and sisters? How are you going to help solve this problem? And I came up with a solution that will make Islam one of the most popular religions in literally like 2 to 3 years flat. Are you guys ready for this? Because this is brilliant. This is genius. When I came up with it, I was like, Allahu Akbar. This is genius. It's a very simple solution. All you need to do is make a holiday where you give gifts, toys for kids. Then American toy companies will market your religion for you. I'm serious. I'm serious. Think about it. They would change everything so you could buy toys. Harry Potter, Harry Abdul Qadir Rahim, it would be amazing. Would be incredible. Transformers would become Muslim. Optimus Millah Prime would come into Allahu Akbar, and he'd come in. The Ninja Turtles, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo, screw that. Muhammad. And you could tell the difference from the colors. It's funny, but it's true. You know it's true. We are Lebanese, Phoenicians, right? That's what our